Hello and welcome to another episode of Eat, Smoke, Drink. So, today I'm going to take you through Glenturret. Okay, Glenturret is a fascinating one. It's one of the oldest distilleries in Scotland. Okay, and obviously being around for so long, I mean, it's not like it's not famous, okay? But it's recently come out of its shell and being marketed a lot, okay? And this is what we're really, I mean, like I said, it's been around for a long time, but recently it's come out into the scene and, you know, with guns blazing, being marketed to shit. You're probably wondering why. So in about, I think 2018 or 2019, the Lalique Group actually purchased the distillery, okay, the Lalique Group. So if you're not sure what the Lalique Group is a crystal glass maker. They sell glasses, bottles, decanters, very famous, very well known, and they actually do the bottles for Macallan, the top end Macallans, you know, so you're paying for a Lalique crystal decanter more so than the actual fucking whiskey. But anyway, so they bought the Glenturret distillery and they started revamping the way it's run. They started revamping the way they market, they run the business. And furthermore, at the distillery, they actually have now a Michelin star restaurant. In fact, I believe this year, they've just gotten their second star for that restaurant. So look, Lalique doesn't fuck around, right? Lalique is a big company. They know what they're doing. They know marketing. They know what customers want. But do they know whiskey? That is the biggest question. Do they know whiskey and do they know what they're doing? Anyway, this particular Glenturret is actually old as shit. It's a fabled Glenturret in terms of signatory vintage releases. So this is not a contemporary release by any means. So Lalique had nothing to do with this shit. Okay, this was a 1985 20-year-old release in 2005. So this is way before Lalique. The reason why I'm going to take you through this is because it is an old expression. I want to get an impression of what their older releases are like, and then as I get more Glenturrets, because I haven't done many, I don't think I've even done any Glenturrets in this channel before. Oh, shoe fly, motherfucker. Good. Yeah, so I don't think I've done any Glenturrets in this channel before. So as I do more Glenturrets and more contemporary Glenturrets, then at least I have a mental basis of, yeah, what they're about a while ago and today, right? So let's see how it goes. And you know, like a signatory vintage single barrel, it's not going to necessarily be what the distillery has intended it to be. That's fine, like all independent bottles, it's not the case, but at least you get a little bit of that heritage from literally 30 years ago, when it was released 30 years ago, when it was distilled 30 years ago. Anyway, without further ado, let's get sniffing. Scratch and sniff, baby. Oh, wow. Oh, immediately I get myself a extremely heavily herbal note. Nail polish remover. What percentage is this shit? 55.2. So it's not too ballsy. Oh. Dried apricots. Fresh apricots that's unripe. Wet soil. Grassy note to it as well, but definitely a herbal note. Licorice, fresh tarragon, a bouquet of herbs. I get a bouquet of herbs. Going to a herb garden, and imagine going to a herb garden and just plucking herbs with your hand and smelling that hand like a bouquet of herbs. There's a sweetness to it, like a brown sugar syrup. Wow, the nose is delicious. The nose is beautiful, actually. There is a note of unburnt tobacco, Spanish cedar, like a humidor cedar. Shit, it's my first drink. So this review is actually, it's literally 9 o'clock right now, 9 a.m. And I do that because it is the quietest and it is the best time where the sun shines. Okay, and also here in New Zealand, when the sun shines, doesn't matter. It doesn't mean it's going to shine all day. So I could have a 30-minute window and suddenly I'm fucked, you know. Oh, there is a smell of a wet chalk, wet stones. lemon rind, lemon juice. Wow, very nice. Like I said, I haven't had many Glenturrets before. Recently, I've had the more contemporary releases. I've had some Gordon MacPhail, younger Glenturrets, okay, younger Glenturrets. I didn't review them because they were younger, but I've realized maybe I should have because it's such a good story from, you know, the old owners to Lalique, right? But anyway, doesn't matter. Shit happens. Here I am. We're here. And there is a metallic smell to that as well. Like a hot stainless steel. Let's get sipping. And as you can see, look at that, the old bottling. I mean, I don't even see these bottles anymore. Look at the rustiness. Anyway, let's get nosing. Wow, beautiful. Wow, that is like rich sugar syrup, lemon rind, oily as shit. There is a hint of smoke somewhere in there. I'm not sure why, but there is a hint of smoke. On the taste, the back palate, not sure why. Maybe they used a wood fire when they were in the process somewhere, but not entirely sure. Oh, wow, viscous, oily, beautiful, rich, moorish, sweet fruit nectar, honey. Wow, the finish is just everlasting. The finish is just kicking ass. Holy shit. Wow, that is delicious. That is fucking phenomenal. Now, like I said, I keep reiterating, this is not the contemporary release, okay? So I want to get a baseline, but I think this would have ruined it for me now, but let's hope not. But this is frigging fantastic. I actually have an Adelphi coming up, an Adelphi Glenturret, I think, from memory, or two. I think I've got two Adelphi Glenturrets are more recent. Let's see how that goes too. And obviously, when Lalique bought the distillery, okay, they have all of the barrels that they bought, all the stock. So it's not like they bought it and they just sell new shit. Lalique bought the entire stock and distillery, which means that everything released from 2018 onwards, or whenever they bought the place, is actually from the old distilling as well. So it doesn't mean that it's going to suffer. But what I'm curious about is, did they leave Glenturret to their own accord, or did they say, hey, we want to have an influence on the flavor? Were they passionate about whiskey, or were they cynical fucks like LVMH? Trigger warning. You know, were they cynical sons of bitches like LVMH and decided, no, we're going to, you know, screw your whiskey? Okay, now I'm just kidding. LVMH owns some wine brands, and obviously they're pretty good as well, champagne brands. But, you know my thoughts on Ardbeg. Let's not go there. Shit, it's 9 a.m. I'm having a glass of whiskey. Let's chill. Wow. So as it develops in the glass, I'm getting some overripe guava, overripe fruit, like almost like borderline on rotty. Okay, rotty, like R-O-T-T-Y. Is that even a word? Rotty fruit, rotting fruit. Oh, that is delicious. When in your life would you ever say the smell of rotting fruit is delicious? Shit. Oh my God. No, honestly, that is absolutely phenomenal. That is absolutely phenomenal. Everything about it is so rich, so moorish. I would almost say to you that this is almost a perfect whiskey. It's got a little bit of fire, it's got a little bit of hit, slap in the face. It's not boring, it's moorish. Wow. I wonder if these are still available out there somewhere, if they're available in auctions. I don't actually know. I don't actually know if these are still available in auctions because I have no fucking clue. But being the first Glenturret that I review, and I've never tried this before, this is actually just mind-bogglingly delicious. You know what? If you can find this, I suggest you do. I suggest you do everything you can to try and find this. This is fantastic. This is absolutely phenomenal. And it gives me a bit of an insight to Glenturret, what they're like, Okay, there's some herbal, there's some fruit, there's some sugar syrup, there's some nectar in there. Anyway, look, let's see how the next Glenturrets go. For the meantime, make sure you eat, smoke, drink. Fantastic. What do you think of Glenturret? Do you like the older expressions or the new expressions? Let me know your thoughts. Cheers.